Hey guys, so today I wanted to show you one of my leg day routines, and it's going to be a glute and a hamstring focused workout. I do legs twice a week and I focus on different muscle groups in my legs on the different days. So one day I will usually work out like my quads and my inner thighs and also my calves a little bit more, and then on the second leg day of the week I will focus more on my glutes and my hamstrings. And I feel like that's been working for me a lot better than when I would just kind of do two just leg days and I wouldn't really focus or isolate the different muscle groups. I think I've definitely seen a lot more progress since I've been kind of separating my muscle groups like that. And it definitely helps to even out all of your muscles in your legs, because sometimes you use a certain muscle group a lot more and they get a lot stronger than another muscle group in your legs, and that's kind of how you start injuring yourselves. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Before you start your workout, especially when you're weightlifting, you definitely want to stretch. So I stretched a little bit before I filmed this, and then I'm also just using the regular bar to do some squats to do a little bit more stretching and kind of get used to the movement before I start putting a lot of weight on it. I usually prefer to use a free weight squat rack, but I didn't have that at this gym, so you just have to make it work with what you have. This is kind of a weird angle, but I filmed it to show you guys my positioning. I make sure that my hands are inside of the two lines that you normally find on the bar, and then my legs are placed a little bit further than hip width apart, and my toes are kind of pointed outward slightly. And you want to go down until you get to a 90-degree angle and then come back up. And you guys will notice that I like to squeeze my glutes at the top of the squat, and this definitely focuses on your glutes. It looks a little bit odd when you're doing it in the gym, but you will definitely feel it. This next workout is one of my favorites for my hamstrings, but it took me a while to position myself appropriately so that I feel it in my hamstrings. So to start off, you want your legs to be hip width apart, and you don't want your legs to be completely straight. You want to have like a soft bend at your knees. And when you're bending forward, you want to make sure that your back is completely straight and that you're looking at one spot on the floor so that your neck is aligned with your back. And as you guys can see, my hips are going a little bit further back than my legs are, and I have to touch the weights all the way to the bottom just because of my flexibility. But if you're less flexible, you only have to go down until you feel it in your hamstrings. So if that's your knees or the middle of your shins, then that's totally fine. This next workout is really good for both your glutes and your hamstrings. You definitely feel it in both of those muscles and a little bit in your lower back as well. I find that this workout and deadlifts, you kind of tend to feel in your lower back a little bit too. To make sure that you don't injure your back, you want to have a flat back during the whole move. And if your gym doesn't have an ankle strap or you don't want to go out and buy one, you can actually still use a handle strap and just put it around your foot and do the same move. I've done that a few times before and it works just as well. This machine is pretty self-explanatory. I love using it. I use it all the time, and it just works out your hamstrings and your glutes. I modify this move a little bit just to make it more challenging, and also my knees tend to hurt if I don't do it like this, but I will not go down all the way. So you guys can see here that my legs don't become completely straight, and that's to protect my knees, and it also makes it a little bit harder because you always have a little bit of traction on that muscle. This is the last workout that I'm going to be doing. I usually only do about 4 to 5 exercises on a leg day, but I like to have really high weight on there. This is one of my favorites to do at the end of the workout just because it really targets your glutes. And after this move, you are done. So that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and found it helpful, and thank you so much for watching.